Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. If Darrow can find some room, Darrow's a golden. Let's see a little bit. He's got a guy over Melon. Oliver. For the first time ever, we are playing for the conference championship, and I'm hyped. I'm more hyped about all the recruits that we got. Let's check them out. Now, a lot of these recruits you've seen, so Bernard Harvey, Eric White, Cedric Riley, again, who could possibly play quarterback in the future for us, or even running back or wide receiver. We'll figure that out. Wayne Cole, we got Bobby Edwards, a great defensive tackle, Jimmy Williams, a guard that's more of a project than anything, Kirk Hancock. We finally have a kicker. Imagine. Stephen Lowe, another athlete we brought on, Chris Johnson, a tackle that has great pass block and some work to be done in some other spots, and then Sean Stewart, a halfback that again won't be a year one player, but I could see him year two or year three being a really good contributor for our team. We have some good recruits. We still have some more we have to bring on, but for now, this is a good base to work with. As you guys know, we're the #1 undisputed team in the nation for the first time in program history. We've been rocking that for a couple of weeks now, but we're facing Louisiana Tech in a very difficult game, in my opinion, for the conference championship. Now, as you might remember, we played them back in October and we blew them out 63-31. One of their 3 losses on the year, and they kind of took a little bit of an L after that. They were undefeated going into that game. We made them down a lot. They are dealing with an injury to their quarterback, but they have Allen as their quarterback now, who's almost over 2,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's a dynamic threat who can run and pass, but we kept him in check last time. Got to do that again today. And as a reminder, if we win this game, the conference championship, winning for the first time in school history, we will then move on to the college football playoffs, a 4-team format that will hopefully more than likely be invited to. Along with us, Ball State is still your #2 ranked team. Clemson, North Carolina, Iowa rank out your top 5. Michigan's worked their way into the top 7 somehow. See, Alabama, Oklahoma, all those guys are in there. But look, really, the top 6 teams are the only ones that really have an opportunity for that top 4 spot. Some big games this week, as you see, Clemson and USC battle. One of those is going to drop out of that top spot. Bama is going to be going up against Vanderbilt. If Vanderbilt wins that game, they could vault in that top spot. There's some games and movement to be had. And speaking of movement, unfortunately, there was no movement for our guys being in the Heisman consideration. One day we'll have someone here. It's just probably not this year. Every single game we play is the biggest game of the season from here on out. We need these victories. We have to rise to the occasion and absolutely dominate. And look at that great first play to get things going. Things looking pretty good right now. McConnell under center, rocking the all-black uniforms today. Derman, though, gets absolutely hammered. A little 2nd and 11 after that loss of 1. Downs in motion to the right-hand side. Like what we got here. Lonnie Downs has not caught a ball in what feels like forever, and he's back. One big grab there. 1st and 10. Strong start to this game so far. We're going to test them deep. McConnell throws one up. We got Romello. No one catches it, luckily. I say, you know, that because, well, it could have been intercepted very easily, and we got pretty lucky. Pressure in his face. Nice little block here. Lonnie Downs throws it. Miller Moody's going to pick it up to the 25. This is what a #1 team in the nation is supposed to be looking like. Balance so far. We got to get the running game going a little bit more, but other than that, we've been looking good. 2nd down and 10. Derman moves in motion. Little toss out of the edge. Derman's going to break a tackle, fights through, and he is struggling to get yards, but he does pick up 2. But the run game is something we do not want to abandon. We absolutely, positively want to make sure we get that going today. If we're going to win, that's essentially how we're going to make sure it happens. Connell's out here rolling. Throws a dot here. Lonnie Downs is going to catch it. He's 3 yards short of the marker. This is tough. This is a big play. We're going for it because we don't trust our kicker. If we had Kirk Hancock, our new recruit, we feel a lot better, but right now we don't. We see Big Rubley across the middle. Rubley makes some pain. He's down to the 2. 5 for 6 in the day, 72 yards. McConnell is absolutely looking like a stud. JoJo Johnson's in the game. We're not seeing Derwin at the moment. A little scary. Not sure if he's injured or what's going on, but we're going to see JoJo Johnson going for the 2-yard touchdown, and we're going to pray that Derwin was just a little bit gassed because he's been throwing blocks left and right. A fantastic first drive against a very, very underrated team. The team, again, we blew out, but we don't want to take them for granted right now. Now, speaking of Allen, remember, we had a problem with him running, and he picks up some big yards there. Their starting quarterback is Plumlee, and again, he's going for about 2 more weeks, so even if they get into the college football playoff, well, they won't get into the college football playoffs, but they won't see him the rest of this season, which means they're going to need some help later. And Conley can't get him. Antonio's going to hit him. He fumbles it, and Maxwell picks it up. We were so close to a turnover. We almost had the ball back in our territory, which would have been a huge, huge momentum swing for this game early on. Allen makes a check at the line. Watch the underneath stuff. He goes to a guy, Harris, and he does get the first down. Smoke Harris picks up 4, and that's just enough. This is what we don't want. Louisiana Tech to start things going, and look at their running back breaking off a big run. We got to get a hit, and Bastion Kirk lights him up, but he picks up 19 before that. Switching a little bit of zone here. Playing for the pass. Allen all the time in the world throws an absolute dot, and that's going to be called by McGee for 21. If we're going to win this game, we have to make Allen a little bit uncomfortable. He's been back there at quarterback a lot more. This is the first time we played him, and he's making sure he does something, but we get a hit on him. We can't. He's breaking out to the edge. No. We stop him at the 3. He's running loose. Okay. Again, we're seeing him be significantly more comfortable than he was when we played him back in October. He's had a lot more games underneath his belt now. This offense is looking a lot better. We're trying to get a stop, and we whiff. Toussaint gets the 4-yard touchdown run on the wide receiver reverse. We didn't see that play coming at all. Giving up 1 touchdown is not the end of the world, but for our defense, they've been so good that giving up an early touchdown just feels like something foreign to us. See big fella Rubley out here with an absolute dot from McConnell, and he picks up 16. One thing we haven't done today that we did really well in the first game was we haven't really run the ball at all. Now, we do see that Durham was in the game. Apparently, he was just a little winded earlier, so we are going to see him back in the game. After picking up 3, we're going right back to Derwin again. If we can get him going, this game changes dramatically, in my opinion. And Derwin picks up another 3 yards there. We're not really finding a lot of running room for him right now, but still, Derwin will find gaps if they're there. Now we're feeling all the pressure in the world. McConnell gets hit, and he had no time. No time at all. We obviously have punted a decent amount of times this year, but it's been pretty rare that we've went 3 and out. And that makes me a little bit nervous, especially after how good they looked in their last drive. We have to stop this running game because this guy is killing us. We're going to try to get as much pressure as we possibly can on Allen, but we can't blitz every single play because they will find numbers, and he's proven that he can definitely find the open guy. Second is short. Watch the underneath. They go deep, and Damon got beat. This never happens. Damon is trying to chase down Smoke Harris, but it doesn't matter. You beat him deep. Hey, defense, we need y'all today. Seriously. We have been down before. We've been down more than this to come back and won. This is not a big deal. Being down early, a little adversity from #1 team in the nation, not the end of the world. Connell's out here moving a little bit. I like what I'm seeing in slide because we need that man if we want to make a national championship in our picture. 1st and 10 again, going right back at it. Got a gap for Derwin. Derwin's going to make some moves. His best run of the game for 9. They've proven they're struggling with the run a little bit, so we're going to, attack them as much as we possibly can there. As McConnell picks up another big gain up the middle. Right back at it, keeping the pressure on him. Right across the middle. Who else? Romello Dawkins. We need to get this man involved today, and we get a 22-yarder to him. Squad's feeling pretty good right now. Safeties bite up some. Dawkins just immediately hit. We had a guy across the middle, but the safeties were already in the box before we could throw it. Do have the wide side of the field here, but I don't like how many guys they have there, so we're going to switch the play up some. 2nd and 10, switching to a run. Seeing if Derwin can find some room. Derwin's going to go up the middle. Marvin Derwin. 2,000 yards as a team. That's about 1,200 or so for him on the season. Look at Derwin. You keep pushing for the run. You might find something like that. You need something big, you go to your best player in the team. I know Derwin is not that highly rated, about a 79 overall if I remember correctly, but how many times does that man come up with a big time play? He's a big time player. Louisiana Tech though, looking to answer right back. The man in motion. They're going to the little halfback option here. Dixon's going to get hit, and we bring him down right around the 40. Look, we do not have to shut down their running game or shut down their passing game. We just need to stop them from scoring as much as possible. Keep them in situations like that where Aaron Allen panics a little bit. That's what I want to see. Big time sack there by Jacob Brown. Watching across the middle here. They got a couple of guys that go out of bounds, so it's going to be a punt they have to do here. The biggest thing for us, again, is establishing the running game. This is a team that struggles against the run, so if we can start dominating there, they're in a big problem, but they know what we're trying to do. Despite Derwin having a relatively slow start, he's still averaging a little under 5 yards per carry, which, again, we'll take that every single time. Play action fake here. Our guys feeling the pressure again. McConnell has got legs. We're going to go ahead and use them and get down to 3rd and inches. 3rd down, inches to go. With a quick snap here to try to get Derwin up the middle. We do just that, and he has the 1st down. Keeping things going here. A little halfback screen. Haven't really tried one of those in a while. Derwin, great blocking here. Is getting out to the edge. He has the 1st down and some more. Hits him with a little shimmy, and they push him out at the 40. McConnell still no touchdown passes, but he's actually been really good so far today. He's got a guy who's like Rubley. Rubley gets hit, but he holds on to it. The way that Donovan Rubley's played the second half of the season is just, I mean, put that man on the All-American list. Blocking, receiving, he's literally done it all for us. You gotta love it. Connell still looking for that 1st touchdown pass of the day. 2nd and 8. Goes the blitz, throws it, and it's in the dirt just before his guy gets there. 3rd and 8, here we go. McConnell throws one. Is it not? Lonnie Downs drops a surefire touchdown. He dropped it. Even a kick from here. Our kicker's not great. We can't really trust that. We got to go for something different here. We're gonna switch things up, see what we have. McConnell making some adjustments at the line. They're blitzing a little bit. He's got a guy though. Romello Dawkins is going to walk into the end zone untouched. Another beautiful touchdown. McConnell, Dawkins, 29 passing touchdowns this season. You absolutely have to love it. That could have been a terrible situation. We could have settled for a field goal, probably missed it, knowing our kicker, and just been down bad. But instead, now our defense has some momentum and a little bit of a buffer to work with. Defense knows they get a stop here. We could have a chance to put more points on the board again. Going out here to the edge. Jordan Damon can't even get up for that one. It's way out of bounds. And honestly, our defense hasn't really given up much in the air. It's been mostly on the ground. We've given up stuff. Yes, the one big pass, but consistently they've been pretty good in the air, and the run defense is coming around too. Now, Louisiana Tech had a terrible pass, and now we've got the ball, or excuse me, a terrible punt, and we have the ball here with an opportunity to drive. Donald ready to get things going. Sees an opportunity underneath to get Lonnie Downs involved, show him that we still believe in him, and we get the first down. 197 through the air in the first half. It's been a heck of a day so far for our guy. Going with this streak here for Downs. Downs has an opportunity. It's going to be close, but he didn't get up for it at all. You can argue that one definitely should have been picked off, but we live to fight another day after that ball gets dropped. Going for a streak route again for Lonnie Downs. Dawkins we're going to bring underneath. On the pressure, McConnell tries to throw one across the middle of the field, but it just ends up being nearly intercepted. 1 for 4 and third downs, not exactly efficient. See what we have here with an opportunity to put more points on the board. Got a guy moving. We're going to get it here to Derwin, who felt the footsteps and can't do anything with it. We've been 2 for 2 on fourth down. Again, we can't trust our kicker, so we're going to go to see if we can go for this one here. Oliver's going to move in motion. The blitz is right there. They get a big hit, and now they have 2 timeouts and a minute to go with not bad field position to start. Running a play action on 4th and 10 is a little sketchy, but we thought maybe we get them to bite a little bit, go over top of the safeties, but instead it didn't work. Our goal right now is just not giving up points. If we can stop them from putting points on the board, that's honestly all we care about. Al's going to try to go. We stop him again and getting a sack on that play. Here we go. Big 3rd down and 10. Probably their last play. Oh, just kidding. They're going to have more plays on the board. They end up getting out of bounds. 2 with 27 left. That play really changes everything because now they have 2 timeouts. They're pretty much on the 50. They got all the time in the world. They go underneath here. We're going to try to get a tackle. We can't. They end up flipping him over and get another first down. This is tough because we had an opportunity to be up 2 scores. Having a kicker would help that out a ton, but fortunately we aren't in a luxury for that. 20 seconds left. Watching the halfback out of the backfield. They go to the sidelines. We're going to get that one to Maxwell. We hit him and keep him in bounds, though. They're going to scramble to the line here. I think I would have called a timeout, honestly, but I think they're going to, I guess, go for it, which seems weird. You could have maybe done something different. They have timeout with 1 second left. They're going to line up for a field goal here. We're going to drop Clayton McFadden back. In case to try for any trickeration. One of our fastest players in the team. I trust him to cover any ground. This ball is up. It is floating. It is deep, and it is good. They are going to cut the lead to 4 going into halftime. We messed up on offense. We couldn't get the job done, and because of that, this is a way closer game than it ever should be. Here we find ourselves. 1st and 10 on defense. They have some momentum. Can we stop them from getting back into the end zone? We're going to see Walters bring down Dixon, but he gets him after 9. 2nd and short. Watch in the middle. Feels like a play action could be here. They end up going for the run. We have Walters who destroy Harlan Dixon on that play. What a hit. We're going to stay in man. Try to lock these guys up. Nothing over the top here with 2 safeties going deep. We're going for what looks like an option play. We stop Allen getting a big hit in the backfield. We played that perfectly. The beauty of running man there in those option plays is everybody has a man. You just got to follow him and hope that people don't get blocked that hard. Derwin again, though. He's struggling to find gaps. There's not really much room for him to run. 2nd down and 10. McConnell, all the room in the world, is going to find Derwin, who picks up what looks to be about 8 yards. A great first half from McConnell. If he can match that in the second half, I feel confident we can come out here with a win. But he had such an incredible first half that I don't know if he can get that same sort of second half. But look at Derwin pick up 6 when we only needed 2. First down again, pretty much at the 50. The pressure is there. McConnell, they're getting to him. We've got to do better. Part of the reason why we win pretty aggressive after offensive linemen in recruiting. Again, we don't have all the guys we necessarily want in that recruiting pool, but we have enough that I think we'll be in a much better spot than we currently are right now, which is down tremendous. A major 3rd and 12. We convert this, we keep things moving. If not, Louisiana Tech is still right in this ball game. Hold it over the middle, and Mike Oliver can't quite see it. It's incomplete, and we're punting yet again. I'm struggling to remember a time that we've punted a football this much in one game. Maybe early on in season 1, maybe season 2. It's honestly been a minute, but no. Maxwell's moving. Conley's going to try to get him. He can't. Bashing Kirk is going to try to get him, and finally he gets him on his 2nd tackle attempt. They pick up major yards. Bubble screens aren't necessarily something we really saw in their playbook, but they come right at us with it, and it worked tremendously. Watch it for the run. Going to try to set the outside. The one thing we are doing right now really well is setting the edges on the outside and not let them get out there. Because once Dixon gets to the outside on the run, it's all but over at that point. He's shifty. He knows how to make moves. He's strong. We have to not let him get out there. Now, Allen's stumbling a little bit in the backfield. We're going to bring him down. That is a big sack again. He's been sacked about 4 or 5 times already. It's a major play as well because now it is 3rd down, 14 yards to go. We're going to sit in cover 3 and hope that we can just lock him up a little bit here. Keep him in front of you. Don't let him get the 1st down. They go to the edge here. Toussaint gets it to be 4th and 5. I imagine they go for this. They're going to go for the kick. I mean, their kicker booted one earlier. I don't think it was quite this deep. He had a 48-yarder. This is probably in the same neighborhood. This one's up. This one has the distance, and sign that man to an NFL contract. He's legit. He's legit. We're now sitting with a 1-point game. They put pressure upon pressure upon pressure on us, and we've got to find a way to get this running game going. If not, they're going to be cooking us soon. 2nd down and 5. McConnell under center. Al's moves over in motion. Like what we have here. We should have just gave it up early. Should have gave it up early. We've been absolutely abysmal on 3rd down conversions today. We need one here. We're going to send Dawkins deep as more of a decoy. Try to stretch the defense a little bit. Luckily, we have Lonnie Downs under the middle, and that's going to work perfectly as he picks up 10. Right back at it here. Derwin's getting ready to go. Need some good runs from him. We need some better blocking. And look at Derwin making 2 people miss on that one as he picks up 10+ yards. Keeping it moving. If Derwin's running like that and they're blocking like that for him, we're giving it right back to the young fella as he picks up another 12-yard run. This team does a lot really well, but running the football when they're blocking like that is one of the things that we do best. 3rd quarter's winding down. We're going to let McConnell run a little bit, stretch his legs in. We need the threat of McConnell running on the defense's mind at all times. 2nd and a couple of yards. Okay, they're tired of us running. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Play this worked really well earlier for us. Was the halfback screen. We're going right back to it. There's plenty of room here for Derwin. He needs 1 block. And he got just enough. I mean, barely enough, but we'll take it. It's been a much slower half for McConnell here in the 2nd, but still, our team is being efficient, and that's what I care about right now. I mean, the bump and run coverage they're playing is incredible, but look at Mike Oliver finding a hole in the defense, and we get right where we need to be inside the red zone and inside the 5. Mike Oliver, the JUCO transfer, has been everything we've needed and more. I was kind of hesitant on taking on JUCOs, but because of the stature and state of our program, we kind of needed to do so. But Mike Oliver has been all this advertising more. And look at Marvin Derwin say, you're not going to tackle me in the backfield. He's had enough, and he's back in the end zone for another one. That touchdown puts an incredible amount of, I guess, strain on the offense right now for Louisiana Tech, but they're still okay because they're only down 8. They're only down 8. But what a big sack again. Clay Stroop with 2. Him and Jacob Brown both have 2 sacks today. These guys have been playing lights out, and they're containing Allen, which has been a big part of why we have a lead right now. Can our defense continue to hold up like they are right now? 2nd and 14. They go out here and blown coverage completely. Kyle Maxwell gets 11. This is a little bit of a scary part for us. We're setting a blitz, man coverage, bump and run. They're putting a man in motion, but we still have plenty of coverage. Safety's going to pick the tight end up. Allen takes his time. We try to get in the backfield. We miss. Kirk's going to try it, and they still get forward. Harlan Dixon is fighting for his team's status to win the conference right now. I don't like what I'm seeing from our defense. They're doing a decent job, but if one person's not doing what they're supposed to, things go down quickly. 2nd and 8. Good way to fight on that one. Bastion Kirk, who's had a lot of tackles broken up today, gets a big one there. Here we go. Can the defense stand up? We're trying to get the crowd pumped into it, help us out a little bit. We need the emotional opportunity here. We're covering everybody we can. Maxwell, we end up getting him down to make it 4th and 3. Will they go for it? They better not. They smartly opt to punt And that's what we needed right now. 1st and 10, an 8-point lead. We have the ball with 4:40 left. Let's run this ball down their throats if we can. 2nd and 9, letting the play clock come down a little bit here. Again, we don't want them to know that we're chewing the clock, but getting it inside 10 seconds or so is definitely a point of emphasis here. Derwin again trying to stretch it. They know what we're doing. They're ready for the run. We've run it twice already, but there's something to be said. The halfback screen has been great. We're going to try it here. That was so close to being a safety. We narrowly avoided a safety. You can't get closer to it being a safety than that. We don't really show punts because we don't punt very often. Today we punted about 400 times. We're gonna try to get a good punt going here. That one is nearly blocked. Need Hall to make a big play here, and he ends up calling for the fair catch. So this is a close, tight game. Please, defense, do your job. One thing we haven't necessarily seen is a turnover today. We have not forced a turnover, and that's unlike us. They have been uncharacteristically just... Wait, what happened here? It's got to be on them, right? On the offense? Love it. We love that. We love that here. But like I was saying, it's been uncharacteristically crazy of them to not turn the ball over. When we played them the first time, they were turning it over left and right. I'm sure their coach is putting major emphasis on that. But we need a turnover now. 1st down, 3 minutes left. We're nervous right now in Cascade Valley country, and he keeps it. He hasn't really kept it today, and he fights for a 1st down. Aaron Allen is putting the team on his back. This game has been a crazy one, and we're just fighting to hold on. They go with the read option again. This time the running back takes it for 4. In my opinion, they're a little bit too comfortable right now. We're playing for the pass. We're getting some blitzes going through here. We miss again. Please tackle the running back. Bashing Kirk with a hard hit, but they still get 2. 3rd and 5. We've played, for the most part, really, really well in man defense today. So we're sticking with that, bringing a blitz so that Aaron Allen can't really do anything. The running back is going to fall down and make it 4th and 7. They got to kick a field goal here, right? Okay, I stand corrected. They're going for it. 4th and 7. This is it. They still have 3 timeouts after, so technically they could still fight us when we get on offense, but this is the biggest play of the game for them. They dump it down and go out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs. A 1-yard play. You have the ball with 1:30 left. You just need some 1st downs. 1st and 10. Giving the ball off to Derwin. Derwin looking to escape a little bit out the edge. He's going to pick up 7, and that is huge. Louisiana Tech knows they cannot afford to give up a 1st down here. We're going to fight just for that. We got a lot of wide receivers out there, and Derwin's going to get it. It looks like to me he got it. 4 yards. They have 1 timeout, and I think we're in the driver's seat now. I've never quite been one to do the math, so we're just going to try to do what we can here and get the 1st downs. Derwin's going to take one, bounces it out to the edge. Derwin was a shoelace tackle away from getting into the end zone. And that is going to be the school all-time record run. He is the most rushing yards ever for a career in the history of Cascade Valley. I'm proud of him. 2nd and 4, 1:25 left. They have no timeouts remaining right now. 1st down here cinches it. And Derwin does just that. Ankles broken, yards taken, records broken as well. One of the most hard-fought games we've had in a long time. Our perfect season is still there. We are moving on to be 13-0. Derwin was the piece that kept things moving. He broke the school all-time rushing record, and I wouldn't be having it any other way. That is the guy that we hung our hat on today, and he carried us to victory. John McConnell today was great. I think in a lot of ways he got too much pressure. The offensive line has to do better for him. But 17-26, 250 yards, 1 touchdown. I love what he did. The first half was great. The second half was a little bit more low key, but still didn't make any errors today. And that's what I'm here for. On the ground, you already saw his stats with Derwin, 23 for 119, 2 touchdowns. He didn't have a single fumble today. This man bounced back and played major. That's what a big time player does. The reemergence of Lonnie Downs today was great because we've been missing this guy for so long. 6 receptions, 65 yards. Derwin got involved. Rudley had some major catches. Romello Dawkins had our only passing touchdown today, but so many players made major plays that kept us in this game today. Kobe Walters had 6 tackles today. We see Bashing Kirk as well with that many. The sack department, we were all over the place. We had 2 with Jacob Brown and 2 with Clay Stroop. Both of those guys, the seniors, they came up big. Not entirely in love with how our defense played, but for the most part, they held them in check. I think the biggest thing we have to work on is forcing turnovers. We did force 1 fumble early, but we didn't necessarily capitalize on it. So if we can just get a little bit better there, we'll be fine. But the teams we're going to play from here on out will be significantly better. Louisiana Tech is a good football team, but the teams we're playing from here on out will be great football teams. The college football playoffs, our first entry into that. It's going to be a tough one. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.